Hello everybody. I wonder if you can guess which animal I'm going to talk about today. Hi everyone, how are you? You might have realised that I've discovered how to use Snapchat. Well, I just wanted to say how much we're all missing you. If you're not coming into school and you're at home, I hope you're all okay and you're staying in and you're staying safe and you're accessing your work either via the work pack or on the blog and making sure that every day you're doing your work and you're getting it back to your teachers. Now, today we're going to read a book about elephants. Last week we looked at a book about lions, and a big thank you to Catherine from Whiteways who sent in some of her fantastic writing that she'd done all about lions after she'd watched the film. So if you wanted to do any pictures or writing after you've watched this film, if you send it in to your teacher, they'll make sure that I get to see it. So that would be fantastic. Now, this book here about elephants. Here's the contents page at the beginning. It's great because if you didn't want to read the whole book and you wanted to just go to the different pages with the different information on, it would show you which pages to look on. And I really like these books because they have the tricky words in bold so that we can then go to the glossary at the back of the book, and if we're not sure what the words mean, we can find out from the glossary at the back. So let's have a look at these elephants then. There are two different types of elephants. There is the African elephant who has really large ears and long tusks. There he is on the left. Now you can tell which is the African elephant because he has the biggest ears, and if you look at the shape of his ears, when I show you a map of Africa in a minute, you'll see that his ears are sort of like the same shape as the country of Africa. On the right, you can see the Asian elephant, and the Asian elephant has smaller ears, a higher forehead here, and they have shorter tusks. There, can you see, looking at that map there, where Africa is, by looking at the elephant's ears with the red on, showing you where the elephants live. Elephants need lots of space to travel and feed. African elephants live mainly on the hot, open grassland of Africa. Some live in the forest too. This herd of elephants on the right lives in Kenya. They share the grassland with hoofed animals like zebras, giraffes and wildebeests. The female elephants all live together. They are sisters or mothers and daughters, and they are led by the oldest female. The oldest female is in charge. Together they care for their babies. Male elephants live apart from the females, and sometimes they fight over who's going to find a mate. Here are some elephants using their tusks. Now their tusks are really special. Elephants use their tusk for many things like touching, making sounds, collecting food and bathing. The trunk is also like a nose, like our nose, for smelling. Tusks are an elephant's two front teeth. So in this picture here on the right, you can see that the elephant is using the tusks to strip the bark off the tree because bark is really good food for elephants. Now I love this picture. Look at this elephant in the mud. Elephants need to keep their skin clean and free of parasites. Parasites is a word in bold. We can find out what it means in the glossary at the end. Mud helps them to keep clean and get the parasites off, and they spray themselves with water. So they suck the water up in their trunk and wash themselves with it. A dust bath also helps too. This female uses her trunk to throw a cloud of dust over her back. In the wet season, when it's really, really rainy, the fresh green grass is easy to find, and the herd of elephants has plenty to eat. But in the dry season, the grass doesn't grow as well, and the elephants have to reach into the trees and bushes for branches and leaves to eat. There is a newborn baby in this herd. The newborn calf is only 1 hour old. Look how tiny he is. His mother helps him gently to her feet with her trunk and her front foot. And the elephant, the baby elephant, he searches for his mother's milk. He throws back his tiny trunk and drinks from the teats between her front legs. It takes about 10 years for the baby, who's called a calf, to become an adult. But meanwhile, there's plenty of time to play. And look, you can see him there rolling around and play fighting, which we always tell you not to do, with the other calves. Once he is an adult male, though, he will leave his mother's herd and join the adult males. Here's some more elephant facts. Now, African elephants are the biggest animals on land. They can live for up to 60 years. I wonder if anybody could find out what the largest animal in the sea is and for how many years they live. The elephant's large ears stop elephants getting too hot. They flap their ears to cool the blood inside. Then the blood flows around the body, cooling it down. Elephant skin is very, very thick. It's lightly covered in hair. And I love that picture because it shows you how big an elephant's bottom is. And if an elephant's got a really big bottom, it must do really big elephant poos. Elephants can hear very well. They also make many sounds. They bellow and they trumpet. And here at the back of the book, you can see the glossary, and it tells you the words that are bold in the text. So the bark is the hard outside covering of a tree. A calf is a baby elephant. The grasslands are very large areas of grass dotted with trees. A herd, a large group of animals such as elephants, zebras or cattle that all live together. Hoofed. A hoofed animal has hooves on its feet, like a horse. A mate is a partner to have the babies with. Mating is the two animals making a baby together. The parasites are the tiny animals that live on another animal's body. Ridged means not flat. The teats are the part of the female's body which give the milk. The trumpet is they make a loud sound, a bit like a trumpet, the sound that the elephants make. The wildebeest is a hoofed animal that has horns. I'm going to show you a film next to give you some more information about elephants. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next week.
You might already know that elephants are large and majestic, but the extent of their size and intelligence may surprise you. Elephants are the largest living land animal. On average, African elephants are about 10 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh up to 18,000 pounds. The largest elephant in recorded history, however, was 13 feet tall and weighed about 24,000 pounds. To sustain this massive size, an adult elephant has to consume an enormous amount. Up to 50 gallons of water and about 220 pounds of food, or approximately 70,000 calories every day. Elephant size, however, ends up restricting their movement. While they can walk and swim, elephants are one of the few mammals that can't jump. Their legs are too slender to propel their enormous weight upward. Plus, elephants don't have any spring in their legs since they stand on their toes. Elephants are intelligent creatures. One sign of their intellect is their ability to recognize themselves in a mirror. The only other animals capable of doing this are humans, great apes, dolphins, and magpies. Intelligence is also found in elephants' ability to problem solve with tools, but probably the most well-known form of elephant intelligence is their superb memory. As they migrate from place to place throughout their lives, elephants can remember locations of water sources along their migration routes. Elephants are the only living animals with long trunks. Trunks, which are a combination of a nose and upper lip, can be heavy and powerful. They contain about 150,000 muscle units and can weigh nearly 300 pounds. While an elephant's trunk can lift objects nearly twice its size, it's also adept at picking up small objects. Flap-like projections on the end of a trunk are precise enough to pick up individual berries or leaves. Outside of grasping, elephants also use their trunks to greet and reassure one another. They may intertwine their trunks or touch the face of other elephants to show affection. Elephant tusks are essentially giant teeth. Much like human teeth, elephant tusks are made of a material called dentine. The major difference is that elephant dentine has a diamond pattern that makes it super strong and gives it luster. Young elephants even go through a set of baby teeth, but theirs include baby tusks. They fall out after about a year and are replaced with a permanent set that can grow 6 feet long and weigh 50 pounds each. Unfortunately, elephants have been illegally hunted for their tusks. Demand for ivory products, which are made from tusks, has caused elephant populations to decline. African elephants are not endangered, but their Asian cousins are. African elephants are listed as vulnerable, and some countries in southern Africa are even experiencing an overpopulation of African elephants. Asian elephant populations have decreased immensely. The species' habitat once stretched across Asia from Syria to northern China. But today, they only exist in isolated pockets between India and Indonesia. Habitat fragmentation, poaching for ivory, and conflict with local farmers are all factors that put elephant populations at risk. But by studying the complicated nature of conservation, we can come closer to finding a way that both people and elephants, with their exceptional intelligence and larger-than-life presence, can peacefully coexist.